Conrad, the old timer here. I want to talk a little bit about the situation with humanity here on Earth. I know that's a broad subject, but first, I'll give you a little bit of background on myself. Uh, I grew up during the Depression. I'm a 90 plus year old, and I was in the military during the Korean War, and I witnessed real poverty for the first time in my life. Now, the reason that's important is because it made such an impression on me that I've actually spent my quiet times all through my life trying to learn, find the basic causes of all the suffering and all kinds of things, from uncontrolled disease to poverty. I've tried to find the why all that happens. After I got out of the military, I graduated from college with a BS degree in science because I took the pre-dental pre-med course, but I changed my path because I found out that the things I really wanted to know, I had to know a lot about history. So during my adult years, I've taken a 4-year degree in history of the Western world, and from what I learned there in studying, well, I won't go back any further than the Industrial Revolution beginning in England, because people have different opinions how humanity actually arrived here in our present form on Earth. So I won't go into that, but in my study of history of the Western world, it followed all through the hunter-gatherer to the beginning of the agricultural stages, and settlements, so forth, and that eventually grew into cities and led to the development of the steam engine, which really sped up the way machinery could be made and turned to create all kinds of things. And I think it began with cloth making, according to what they say, what I remember. But anyway, that's my background. I've studied, I've traveled, I've observed real poverty. I've seen little kids starving to the point that I had to drop my itinerary and run to see if I could buy some food just to give them for that day, knowing that I couldn't be there or I had no way to furnish them any further. This is how terrible situations are in this world. Anyway, so now what I want to talk about is empathy for the suffering that's going on in this world. Are you an empathetic person? Do you have sympathy for others? Are you willing to learn and help spread the message that the things that are causing all the suffering by all the millions of people decade after decade, those things can be changed? But of course, it's going to take an enormous effort, but it's worth it if you just think about the people right at this moment who have nothing to eat, those that are blind and can't get $100 or $200 to correct cataracts on their eyes and spend the rest of their lives blind. Little kids that are dying in their mother's arms with some kind of disease that could be curable if they could get to some medical facility. All these things are going on all over the world. There are little kids being left alone now by a single mother that has to do it because she has to work. And yet, some are found out alone and the mother is arrested and charged with child neglect, where the real thing is she was trying to feed and house her children. Those are some of the things that's going on in this world. Are you an empathetic person? Are you willing to, during your spare time, think about and follow a blog that I'm making with suggestions on how to organize, what to do, what direction to go in order to eventually maybe bring about at least some of the changes that would help alleviate some of the suffering that humanity is bearing at this moment? If you are, please, I'll leave a link to my blog where we can go further. Thank you. My name is Conrad.